PJ from TreelineUSA.com. Today I want to give you an introduction into glass engraving using some of the micromotor tools that are available here at our store. Today I'll be using the thumb micromotor, but we have several micromotors that would work great for this process. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing you need to know when you get into glass engraving is safety. So make sure that you're always wearing a pair of safety glasses, a dust mask, and that helps keep all of the dust, which is really small pieces of glass, from floating and getting into your eyes. And then be careful too on your hands so that you're not wiping your eyes after you get some of the glass on your hands. Then of course keep it out of your lungs as well. But glass engraving is super simple. Using these micromotor tools, the handpiece is used much like a regular pen or pencil. So it's very comfortable in your hands, it's small and sleek, and so as you're engraving you just want to use a nice slow steady speed. This tool right here is called the thumb micromotor, and it's a portable unit, so you can take it to an event, or you can take it wherever you're going and not have to be connected to power. So that's a real advantage of this unit, and so popular amongst glass engravers. This tool has two different directions. If you're right-handed, leave that in the clockwise direction or the forward direction. If you're left-handed, you want to switch it all the way down to the counterclockwise direction, and that'll help you with the rotation so you get the right pull on it as you're using it. Also, this has a variable speed option, so as you turn this on you can turn that and slow it down if you need to, or speed it all the way up. But with glass engraving, typically you want to run that as fast as possible. The faster the bit goes, the less material it's taking off per pass, and you get a lot smoother cut with it. So just switch that to the high speed position, so as soon as you turn that on, it goes right to full speed, which is about 30,000 RPM on this unit. To switch bits back and forth, this has a quick change on it, so you just turn this dial, you'll feel a half click, a little bit more, and you'll feel it click again. The bit releases, and you can put it back in and lock it in place. So usually when we sell this tool, it comes with a 1/8 inch collet in it. And so you'll also want to pick up the 1/8 inch to 1/16 reducing sleeve, so that you can use some of these small dental burrs, which are quite common for glass engravers, and there's a whole variety of shapes and sizes of these bits available. Most often you're going to use diamond bits when you're working with glass, because the abrasive on the diamonds will scratch that surface easier, make the bits last longer than it would with a carbide or something different. And as you can see, there's all different sizes available. The bigger the bit is, the more life you're going to get out of it, but of course the bigger it is, the wider of a line that you're going to make. So you could use a really small bit in some of your more fine intricate areas, but it's going to wear out a little bit faster too. So usually we use about a number 7 diamond ball, and that gives you the most life and good balance between how wide you're writing and how much life you get out of these bits. And so I'd like to get started and kind of show you on a piece of glass, and so let me get my safety equipment on and we'll get started. Okay, so since I am right-handed, I'm going to have that in the forward direction. I've got it in a high-speed setting, so as soon as I turn that on, it's going to go straight to the 30,000 RPM. Now, I'm not super artistic, but I'll show you just how easy this is to write with. Typically, as you're writing with it, you want to use a nice, smooth, steady speed. You don't have to dig very deep to scratch that surface, and so you just want to kind of keep it as consistent as possible. So I'm going to turn that on, full speed, and watch how easy this is. Okay, and now remember, this dust right here, you don't want to get that in your eyes, you don't want to breathe it, and so typically we just take a rag and kind of wipe off some of that dust. But as you can see, my penmanship isn't awesome, but you can see how easy that is to scratch the surface. So this is easy because it's on a flat surface. Let's try the same thing now on a wine bottle. Okay, now let's work on a rounded surface. So I've got a wine bottle here, and so all we're going to do is we're going to take same thing, turn our tool all the way up, using about a medium-sized diamond bit. We could go bigger or smaller depending on how fine you want it to write. But here if you have like a pillow or something like that you can rest your hands on, sometimes that makes it just a little bit easier. But here we go. Okay, turn that off. We'll grab a rag or brush, kind of wipe that off, and now we've got happy holidays. It's just that simple. Glass engraving is super easy to do. Doesn't take a lot of tools, but it sure makes a nice embellishment on a wine bottle. I hope you can see just how simple glass engraving can be using the right equipment. We've seen people engrave on wine bottles, perfume, cologne bottles, mirrors, and all kinds of glass surfaces, and create some beautiful embellishments that make great gifts for others. So just to recap a little bit about the tools, the thumb micromotor is an awesome tool that will take anywhere you need to go. You do need to charge it. It takes about 2 or 3 hours to get a full charge, but you get between about 5 and 7 hours of use out of it. So to charge it, just simply plug it in right here. You'll see the light go red at first, and then when it turns green, that's when you know it's fully charged. But once it's done charging, go ahead and unplug it. That way it gets a full charge. Leaving it plugged in is not great for the battery. And then to take bits in and out, it's real simple with this tool. Just turn this till you feel 2 clicks, take a bit out, pop it back in, and then 2 clips back in, and you'll see the 2 arrows line up right there. Depending on what shank bits you need to use, the tool comes standard with the 1/8 inch collet, and you just need to pick up an 1/8 inch to 1/16 collet reducing sleeve to be able to use the little dental burrs, which are very common and what we sell here at TreelineUSA.com. There are a lot of different bits available, from carbides and diamonds and different ceramic stones, but for glass, typically diamond is what works best, and you get those in all different shapes and sizes depending on how wide or how thin of a line and texture you might need to make. So visit us at TreelineUSA.com for all your glass engraving supplies, and we sure appreciate you watching.